A little jumpy now, are we? Take it easy. You have nothing to worry about. I might be a bit scary, but I'm not a monster. After all the fun activities are done on top of the bed, not hiding under it. But if you're offering, together we can surely become something that goes up in the night. Good to see you, detective. Or should I still even call you that? You've been on the run for weeks now, trailing allegations of advanced organized crime, widespread strategic fraud, illegal substances smuggling, and what was that last one again? Something about diamonds? A truly impressive record you got going there, detective. I mean, there are so many things on that list that I have a hard time believing you could do them all. FBI's most wanted, huh? You're definitely right about that. I mean, I know I certainly want you. What? I couldn't help myself. The joke was right there. And that sputtering sound you make is just too cute. Makes me wonder about what other noises you're capable of making. Now, you gonna order me a drink, or are we going to just skip straight to dessert? Detective, always so blunt, always so eager to end our precious time together. It really wounds me when you do that, you know? Always injuring my pride. But you'll kiss it better now, won't you? Yeah. I guess my well-being is far from your concerns, considering how long and ruthlessly you've been dragging this thing out. Really? Playing coy is supposed to be my thing. Your thing, as of late, has been slumming about in the citiest of places. I'm not even bothering to wait for me. You're clearly put off by all the warehouses, basements, bars, and back alleyways that I call home sweet home. Are these darker pieces of me a bit too unsavory for you? But something tells me that you could learn to love the taste. Maybe even crave it. But unfortunately, to my unmeasurable disappointment, you just show up, pass around terrible rumors about me, circulate my info to different contacts, and disappear just as quick. Couldn't be further from how I do it. You know how I like to take my time. There are other ways to get my attention, you know. You didn't have to make it so that everyone's talking about me. Well, I knew eventually the whole city would know my name, but I really hoped that would have been the result of a different joint activity of ours. You've had me on a wild chase these past couple weeks. Sometimes, literally, those goons you tipped off really gave me a run for my money. But I should have seen it coming. You're the only capable of leaving me weak and out of breath. That's beside the point. Message received. I'm here, and I finally caught up to you, regardless how difficult you made it. A dozen places to go, a dozen places to hide. Good thing I'm particularly adept at finding just the right spot. Relax. No reinforcement here or outside, and I'm not even armed. There's nothing stopping you from checking. You can even pat me down if you want to. All those other times when you came to me, you never really could keep your hands to yourself. So go ahead. I'm absolutely ready for a thorough search. Smart choice. I mean, it'd be just a bit telling of your law enforcing past if you went into every bar with that mean face of yours demanding to strip whatever shooty or stabby gadgets you thought some mean thug was packing. Speaking of stripping, gotta say, I've imagined you out of uniform about 1,000 times, but this may be just a tiny bit different from my fantasies. I really wish you would have worn something a little more, well, less. Oh well, the night is young after all. I'm looking forward to all the pleading and begging you're going to do. Right. Yeah, sure. I'm talking about our negotiations. Is that really what you want? Finally free from duty and responsibility, and your number one priority is to talk to me. I will admit though, I sure am happy to be at the top of your to-do list. But let's hear it. Why break radio silence and expose yourself to trouble after you've done such a stellar job of staying out of the spotlight and being a thorn in my side? We're done with that, by the way, right? You're done taking your revenge? Did you get me out of your system? And is there any way I can get back into your system? Talk. Tell me what you want from me, and I'll do my absolute very best to indulge you. Switching sides now, are we? Cops are always such fun when they're a little dirty. What? You find it too hard to clear your name? Police work no longer doing it for you? No longer meeting your needs? Well, I'm so very glad that you decided to turn to me at that end. I'm sure I would do a bang-up job of filling that void of yours, among other things. It'd be my pleasure, and I'm sure it'd be your immense pleasure as well. But let's be real, we've been at it, and not even in a fun way, for years now. Forgive me if I'm a bit suspicious. With a single-track mind of yours, I find it hard to buy that you so suddenly want to work for the underground, even if your reputation is in shambles now. That determination of yours is part of the reason why I found it so amusing to mess with you all this time. And I'm supposed to just, what? Believe you on that? Take your word for it? Perhaps I'm in need of other forms of convincing. Now, detective, you're not playing fair. How am I supposed to think straight when you're so close? I will say though, this is far more preferable to your previous methods of getting information out of me. Those sessions were always so intense, weren't they? Don't get me wrong, I always like when things get a little rough, but this is just a refreshing change of pace. I'm intrigued. Tell me what you did to warrant the need for this information, and I'll bite. Maybe even I'll bark. The problem with you righteous types is that you all are terrible liars. Doesn't really want to make me talk. If you keep trying your little evasion tactics, I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed in what I have to say. Woof woof, detective. Woof woof. No way. You really chose the wrong person to piss off now, didn't you? Yeah, no. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, that absolutely blows. If you don't get that sorted out, you could end up dead. Well, good luck with that. And here's where the aforementioned begging and pleading comes in. You know, I could have put up with your little stints and taunting and ignored your messages to come meet if I really wanted to. But I chose to be here, detective. You think I didn't already know about your run-ins with Lady Mercy? Anyone who chooses to cross her is instantly famous in the underground. When something like that happens to dull knives, they demand retribution. I guess we have that in common now, Lady Mercy and I, a part of an ever-growing club of people who want your body. So, how would you do it? Why hijack an entire shipment of unregistered firearms and land 10 of her top members in the hospital? Half-truths are still lies, detective. Maybe you didn't mean to hurt those brutes, but I know you sure as hell were intentional with the heist. I see. You thought that bringing down her whole operation would have won you some brownie points with the precinct and cleared your name, didn't you? What I don't see, however, is how any of this has to do with me. Besides the fact that you do so poorly try to emulate my methods. From my point of view, you just look like a condemned has-been. One foot in the grave, causing minor inconveniences for me, before you're ultimately snuffed out. What's your end goal now, detective? How does everything relate to each other? And this just keeps on getting better and better. You know, I always considered our relationship to be such a fun little theater production. Roleplaying with you has always been a dream of mine, after all. And up until now, I was always the clever rogue, slipping out of your grasp, and you were always the uptight crank with a weakness for my charms. But you switched up on me, detective, and it's even more entertaining than ever. Look at where we are. You're stuck, and I have made the impossible choice of turning on the investigation division you so dearly fought for just so you can sneak out of the city and get yourself out of harm's way, huh? Both the dual knives and the police will be too busy fighting each other to look for you. And while that's all fine and dandy, and I'm so glad you finally want to partake in something naughty with me, I don't see why you think I would want any part in your schemes. Clearly you don't know me as well as you think you do. I guess that's what happens when you don't get to know someone on a deeper level, huh? When you don't know their aims or goals. When you don't have the pleasure of thoroughly exploring them. And here I thought you'd be interested in what really gets me going. See, it's understandable why you would want an all-out war between the dual knives and your former precinct. But why would I want that? What could I possibly gain? I was actually happy to continue doing my own thing and staying out of Lady Mercy's way. The tributes were manageable, and her rules for the underground for maintaining safety and order were easy enough to follow. See, if you've taken the time to really get to know me, you'll know that I am very obedient. I can be so very good, given the right sort of motivation. Anyway, as enticing as your proposal sounds, I'm not really a kingpin type of person. You'll just have to find another way to win me over. Try again. You. Yeah, okay. My hero. Oh, you glorious, courageous thing. Let's ditch this messed up town together and ride off into the sunset. Nice one, but I can always find another plaything, detective. Toys are my specialty. Ah, see. Now that is exactly the type of stuff you should be leveraging. Something mutually beneficial. It seems a head of yours isn't just ornamental. And what a superb strategy, might I add. You're really going to cause some chaos. I always knew you'd be an excellent lovemaker. I mean, rule breaker. So this is how it's going to go, huh? Helping each other out. You rub my back, I rub yours, or whatever. I can get behind that. I'm always down to get behind you. But we're going to have to make a few adjustments to your little plan. A few more concessions on your part. Don't get so mad, detective. It's only right. You need me far more than I need you. There's benefit to being firm at times, but can't you also be a bit more flexible. Oh, that desperate. Not exactly the submission I want to see from you, but yet it's somehow equally as satisfying. Though, I still like to bring you to your knees in a different way. So, here's what I'm thinking. You need my intel, network, and resources. All things I'm willing to provide for you. You're offering ongoing police case files, as well as half of the soon-to-be defunct Dull Knife's wealth. All things that are very useful and very appreciated. But I'm wanting a little something more from you. I want information on all the weaknesses, security, and scheduling at the precinct. Access points where someone could, say, break in and have a little fun with the evidence room. And I want blackmail. Any dirt or rumors you have on your superior officers and peers. The weak links, the exploitable, the bribable. I also want the full extent of files you have on the city's minor gangs. Arrests, relationships, former members, etc. When you start this war, there'll be an opportunity for any of them to rise up and take over the Dull Knife's seat. That kind of shift in power is something that no one would want to pass up on. And I plan on playing informant in this revolution at the center of it all, pulling the strings. And finally, I want a formal apology from you. Come on now, detective. Only 4 more things and you look as if you're willing to risk it all anyway. And be tried for organized crime, fraud, theft, and murder. All courtesy of me. This is nothing. Certainly not something to get so riled up about. I know I can usually get you all hot and bothered, but this is something else. One teensy apology for little old me. That's not so hard, is it? Don't be shy. Speak up. I like it loud. Now, I know you can be nicer than that. Won't you be a little sweeter, just for me? Yet another thing I could hear from you all night. Those compliments have such nice ring to them, don't you think? Though, it does make me think of other activities, but with how they really roll off your tongue. Looks like you got yourself a partner, detective. Let's meet up, say, tomorrow in the packing district. I mean, we could discuss your brilliant plan now, but I don't think you'll be wanting to stick around here much longer. I've invited some special guests here just for you. What? You didn't think I got you back from all the annoying detours and misunderstandings this week? Up. Save all those sweet nothings for tomorrow, detective. Better run while you're still ahead. And while we're on the topic of head... Damn it. They're gone. Well. There's always next time.